Hey, it's Z from BGC16, and you're watching Instant Reaction with Nyphen Freshh.
Hello everybody, welcome to Instant Reaction TV where things get instant. I'm your host, Nyphen Freshh, and thanks for tuning into today's show. What's your instant reaction? Today, we're here with the glamorous, cute Z from BGC16. Holla! Hey gorgeous!
Hey!
How are you?
Good, we're just chilling. Thank you for, having us.
No problem. Now, are those your dogs?
Yes, these are my kids.
Oh, your kids. What are their names?
So this is Mo. Baby, you want to say hi? Say hi. This is Mo Money.
Hey, oh, Mo Money, okay.
And then this is Cash.
Oh my gosh, hey Cash. They love money, I see.
I just, when we got her first, I wanted to give her a bossy name, and I didn't want to call her Bossy. So I was like, Cash is a boss name. Let's spell it with a K.
Yeah.
And then we got him. My boyfriend wanted to name him Casper, but I was like, no, let's name him Mo, and it would be short for Mo Money.
Oh yeah, Mo Money. Oh, that's so cool. So how old are they?
4.
4. So
in dog years, so in human years, like 21 or something like that.
Are they twins?
No, we got her first, and then she got stolen. Someone stole her, so we got him, and then we found her.
So wait, somebody stole her and they brought her back?
So they stole her, and they drove her 2 hours away. Yeah, and then, they called me, and they're like, oh, we saw your ad on Craigslist, because I was posting every day on Craigslist on, lost and found sites. I even made them an Instagram just because I wanted her back.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
People on Instagram were so sweet. They were posting her pictures all over, and people even said, if we see someone selling her, we'll buy her and give her back to you.
Wow.
People were sweet, because I literally lost my heart. I was just crying. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. It was so sad, and she was only a puppy.
Oh, my
But then
goodness.
we got her back. We had to pay for her, but I don't care. Obviously you need the money more than I do. So
that is so awesome. So we're definitely glad that you got your dog back. Now she was the girl who got stolen. Is the other one the girl also?
No, it's a boy. So I have Cash and Money, and they are best friends. They can't be without each other. If one's outside, the other one freaks out.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's awesome, Z. So now we know Z with the 2 dogs, Cash. Yeah. And Mo Money. Wow, that's awesome. So why don't you start off by telling us where you're from, what you do for a living, your horoscope.
So I'm from up north, but I'd say I've been in San Jose for the last 5 years. I will always say San Jose is my home. That's where I'm from. I'm a Cancer, and we had a few of those on this season. So just, watch this season, and you'll definitely see who's a Cancer. We have a few of them, and yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. So you said you had a few Cancers on the show?
Yeah, we had 4 of us, I believe.
4? Oh my! Did you guys ever clash? Were your personalities too similar?
We all got along.
Oh, that's awesome. So Miss Z, now your name sounds so unique. Z-E-E, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what's your full name, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I just go by Z Carino.
Z Carino.
Z Carino.
Okay. So what's your ethnicity?
Italian, Puerto Rican, and Native American.
Ooh, Italian, Puerto Rican, and Native American. Okay, you got it all in one. That's
right?
Awesome.
Crazy, and psycho. No, I'm just...
Well, we kind of need that for entertainment for BGC. We kind of need that for the season. So
very entertaining season.
Wow. So before we get to that part, now, Miss Z, how did you find out about BGC16?
So I've been watching that show since I was younger, and my mom was like, "Why are you watching that? It's all about fighting, da 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 da." And I was like, "Mom, it's cool. All these girls are so bad. I want to do this when I'm 21." And years went by, and I was like, "The show's probably not going to be around when I'm 21," because I was 15.
Oh yeah.
So now, when I was 21, all my friends were like, "Oh, apply." So I applied originally when I was living in Sacramento, so I was coming out of Sac. And then I made it all the way to the LA auditions, And I literally had like no tattoos, and I had red hair, and yeah, like a shaved side.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I
So,
had probably like 3 tattoos, a shaved side, and at that time of my life, I was more into piercings, so I had hella piercings.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that is so you went to the LA cast, you went to the casting in LA?
Well, no, they flew me out to do the final interview, like where they fly you.
Oh, yeah, like the green screen. Oh,
Yes, so I
what?
did that. I had a bench warrant for a speeding ticket, and I never paid. So
Okay.
because of that, I was disqualified. I couldn't go into the mansion and move on. But I think I was actually supposed to be a replacement.
Oh wait, what season was? Are you talking about BGC16 or a different season?
No, a different season.
Oh, what season was that?
I don't remember. It was like making it to the mansion or something like that.
How many years ago?
It was when I was 21. I'm 25 now, so it was 5 years ago.
Okay, so you would probably been on like season 9 or something. Oh, so was that your first time applying for the show?
That was my first time applying, yeah. And then from then on, like I would like just like people would be like, "Oh, are you applying this year?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's whatever." Like I really didn't even care to get it because I already made it that far. So I was like, I can't hate because I made it that far. Not many people make it that far. So when I applied again this year, I really was like, "Oh shit, okay, damn."
Wow, that's so cool. So you applied. That was your first time applying, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you did say you did. So how does it work? Did you see the casting on Oxygen.com, or how did you find out about it?
I just like when I was 21, I just like looked up how to apply,
Okay.
and it took this Bun Murray, thing, and so I just applied. And then after that, I just had the old emails in my email inbox. So every time if I wanted to like apply, I would just click on the link, and it would take me to a whole new page, and it would take me to the new season's application, and I just apply.
Oh, that is so cool. So, Miss Z, you did say that you watched the BGC before you went on. So, what season did you start watching BGC from?
I literally watched from the first season when Amy, the punk rocker girl, and Ty had like I remember the beach fight. Yes. Oh my God. But see, this is me though. Like I do not say like, oh fuck that person for that reason or fuck this person for this reason. I was like, damn, Amy's small, but she's stepping up to Ty. But Ty's with the shit and she got them hands.
Okay.
But they both, like I feel like none of them back down. So I was like, props to both of them. Like I'm not always like, oh, I hate that bitch because of that. It's like you can't hate someone you never met. So
exactly, yeah.
I hate how I see all these people hating on us, and it's like. You don't even know me. Guaranteed half the stuff you're seeing on the show isn't, you gotta understand, we've been in that house for 2 months. So when we film the show, they film us day and night. Like I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and come out of my room to go pee, and there'd be a camera on me.
And if anybody should know, it should be you because we all know you stayed there the whole time. So we know. If anybody knows.
So you guys don't understand. You're missing, like, some footage you're missing out on, like, days probably, But at the end of the day, it's like everything that happened in that house happened. So we can't sit here and say, oh, that didn't happen. And it's like, no, it did happen. Like, it's on TV.
Oh, my God. That is so cool.
But it's just like you can't judge someone based off of, of like how long is the show, like for one episode, like 50 minutes or something like that. Like
yeah, without commercials about.
Yeah. You can't judge someone based off of an episode or 11 episodes. Like you don't know me, you just know what TV my persona is. Like that's it.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely agree with that. So would you say that going into the BGC house and seeing how they edit everything, would you say that you have more you kind of feel for other girls who you didn't like before, or it doesn't change your perspective that much?
No, now I definitely like, oh damn, like this is how it works. Okay. Stop barking, Momo. Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, this is how it works. Okay, like damn, dude, I really can't judge because also like people want to be like, oh, I was me the whole time I was in that house, or you fake. But this is the thing, people react differently. So the one thing is, so it's like people are like, oh, I was real the whole time I was in that house. I was me. Or some people are like, I would usually want to do shit like this if I wasn't in this house. You know what I mean? There's two types of people. There's people who can go in there and they're like, you know what, I'm going to do me regardless, whatever, da-da-da. And then there's people who go in there like, oh, like, I don't want no one to know who I is. I'm just going to, hide who I really am. And I'm going to see who these bitches are, like they want to play like certain roles and stuff. Me, I went in that house like, I don't need friends. Okay. I don't need friends. Okay. I came out of my mom's vagina by myself. Oh. I walked into that audition and nailed it by myself. Okay. I walked onto the plane to Bad Girls Club's house by myself. Okay. So I'm going to leave the house alone. So I don't need friends. Okay. And I wasn't like, oh, let's be best friends. Like, I was like, ooh, what am I gonna get into first?
Oh, you know what? Okay, and we're definitely gonna get there. But
Yeah.
so how did you find out you made the BGC16 cast, or you made the casting?
They called me and I was actually sick. Like I've been in bed for like a good like week because I was really sick. So when I got the phone call, my cousin answered the phone and she's like knocking on the bathroom and I was like in the middle of like being sick. And she was like, oh my God, hey. And I was like, what is it? And she's like, I think it's background squad. And I was like, what? No way. And I answered her. I was like, hello. And she's like, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? I was like, no, I'm good. What's up? And she's like, well, we're not going to tell you, basically if you're original or replacement, we're just going to tell you, like, you made it to the next level, da 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 da. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, so we're going to fly you out, da da da. And I was like, oh my God. So they gave me like a couple weeks in advance. So I quit my job.
Okay.
And I told my man, because I was like, I'm not going to tell my man until I get it.
Right.
So I told my man. I told him, he was like, well, how long are you going to be gone for? And I told him approximately it could be from anywhere from this time to this time. It just depends on, when they want to stop filming production. And then I started getting ready to leave. But it's like, I feel like it didn't hit me until they took my phone away.
Wow. Oh, yeah. So were you in San Jose when you applied for the season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they still flew you from San Jose to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Missy, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister and a brother.
Now, how did they react?
Full brothers.
Okay, and 4 full brothers?
No, I have one full brother and one full sister.
Okay, how did they react? Did they know that you made the cut?
Yeah, they knew. Like, my brother and I don't talk as much as I want to. Like, I love him, but, like,
Okay.
he's younger than me. He's doing his own thing. Like, he's, like, fresh in his 20s, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't really talk to him on it every day, but when he found out, he wrote me via Facebook and was like, congratulations to see. My sister was like, oh, my God, that's so exciting. Like, yeah. And then, of course, my cousin knew she was here when I got the news. And she was just like, damn, but you can't tell anybody. And that's the hardest part because I'm just like, I want to tell, like, everybody, like, dude, I did it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how, but shit, yeah. I did
it. So they called you, and you said your cousin answered the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they told you that you're going on to the next level?
Like, basically, they said, I made it to the next level, and they're like, we don't want to tell you made it, because it could be taken away from you. Like, if you, if you do go out telling people you made it, and they find out, like, people find out in advance or something, you can get disqualified. Like, it's not guaranteed. They can cut you anytime.
Yeah. So, Missy, when they flew you out to LA, and you went to LA in the sunshine, what is going through your head? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you scared to take
I'm not nervous. I was excited. I was like, dude, I'm ready for anything. Like, it's Bad Girls Club. I see what happens. You can get jumped. You can get your ass beat. You can be the loner. You can be loved. You can be hated. But I really thought I'm either going to be loved or I'm going to be really, really hated. And I was just ready for whatever. Like, at the end of the day, it's all for TV. Everything's for show. Like, it's for ratings. Like, bitches want to be crazy. Bitches want to be the nice one. Bitches want to be like, you have all these different personalities, and they know exactly what they're doing, Uh-huh. So it is what it is. Like, I did Bad Girls Club, and I did what I did inside the house. I owned up to all of my mistakes and my actions, but at the end of the day, I'm here.
Okay,
I did it.
That's good. That's really good. So, Miss, when you went to the BGC16 house with all of the security and everything, did you guys go directly to the house?
So at first I didn't go directly to the house. I met the girls, which you guys will have to stay tuned and view and see. Okay. And then we went to the house.
Okay, so what was your first impressions of the girls? Who struck you as, I want to be around her, she's a baddie, we could hit it off? Anybody?
I loved Persuasion. Persuasion and I really, got along. Like, that was my girl.
Okay.
But I was honestly just, I wasn't more about the girls. I was more about, wow, I'm here, and I'm in this big house, and I'm going to be on TV. I am on TV right now. There's cameras everywhere. I honestly wasn't even focused on the girls at first. I was just focused on,
the house.
Surroundings, yeah, in the house.
What was your instant reaction? What was your instant reaction when you saw the BGC16 house?
I was like, damn, it's pink. I don't like pink. I'm not a fan of pink. I'm more of a purple girl.
Okay.
But I don't mind living in a pink house.
I imagine at that.
For real. I was like, this is our house. This is our house. We live here. We get to say what goes. It's It was crazy.
And you said that the producers, the hardest part of you making you said it didn't hit you till they took your phone. Now I'm seeing, and when you guys first went in the house, they let you guys have your phones for the first 3 days. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
So we didn't get our phones. We got a phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like basically we were allowed to check in on our lives because we are Insta famous, or not all of us are Instagram famous. Some of us are musically famous.
Right.
But we all have our social media account, or Twitter famous. So we all just have our different social media accounts. So they let us check in, and do what we needed to do.
Yeah, take care of business and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So when you first saw the house and you first went to the house, did you guys all run and pick your rooms, or how did it work?
That's literally how it goes. We ran in and we picked our rooms, and I'm not going to sit here and say who roomed with who or who happened what, because I want to tell you this. The girls that started rooming together most likely probably ended up in a different room, or even maybe outside of the house and had to go home. Okay. So,
right.
The room situation, it switches up.
Okay, perfect. So you guys arrived the first night, and after you guys find your rooms. Now I know for a fact. Have you been to LA before BGC?
Yeah, I actually am originally from Los Angeles. I was born in Redondo Beach. So.
Okay. So since you're from LA, the first night you guys go to the house. Now with the clubbing and everything, when you guys go to the club, since you're from LA, I assume, did any of the girls ask you where the hot spots are?
Well, I lived in LA when I was younger, and I moved up to Northern California when I was like really little. Okay. So I don't know like that. Okay. But I felt like we just looked up spots. We had, we all hear certain spots are popular and popping. So we just, looked up certain spots, and then we'd just be out. But, we definitely had some fun times, and we definitely had some crazy times.
So is it really as late as they show it on TV? On TV, you see all this dancing, and then they add music?
It don't matter if the club's whack. We'll light that stuff up. Like, I can't even get into details, but you'll see. Like, we even went to one spot, and literally there was like 5 people there, but we turned it up.
Hey, that's what bad girls do, you see?
We are the party. We come and, we do what we do.
Exactly. So, Miss Z, on the BGC16 walls, I know that they spiced up the season. This season it's called social media for a reason. So, I see that they put some cell phones on the wall. They put Instagram accounts. They put, I think, your different followers on the wall and whatnot. So, do you think that kind of made some of the girls act like they were better than other girls because they have more followers or act kind of preppy?
Honestly, I just feel like that shit is whack. Like, it don't matter how many followers you have, because you can have so many followers on social media, but is that the same in your bank account? Or, I don't know. But I know some of these girls, I know a lot of these girls are about their money, so it's not directed to these girls in general, but I'm saying to judge someone off of that, I just think it's kind of iffy, but, we're girls. We do scandalous shit like that. I can't sit here and say I've never judged someone based off of something we wore. I was in my head, I was probably why are you wearing that? But I didn't act on it. I wasn't ew, girl, why are you wearing that? In my head, I was ooh, girl, but I'm not going to be rude and disgusting and speak down on it. So I don't know. I just feel I can only speak for my actions, and I can only speak for the things that I think in my head. I'm not going to sit here and say the girls did do that because I'm not inside their heads. But you will see a lot of judging on this season for sure.
Okay. Now with the whole now they really spiced the season up. Of course, it's social media. Now I'm hearing that they showed fights of previous seasons in the house and whatnot. Now,
and I feel like that probably was I feel like Bad Girls Club definitely does, I don't even know how to say this. They spice up the fights, and they, pro fights and stuff. And to do that, it's you're telling us to fight, but then you're telling us not to fight, and then when we do fight, it's we get in trouble for doing what you want us to do.
Right, yeah, and they definitely spice. That's what most reality TV shows, the producers, they're always behind the scenes kind of spicing it up.
But they try to tell us, you guys are going to fight, but in the end, it's about, what happens afterwards, and that's where I was you know what, I can sit here and say, yeah, you guys do, spice up all the drama. You guys do sit here and you want us to fight. You glorify the fights. But then again, the way I left, I left pretty satisfied. Like, a lot has changed for me inside, and I'm not talking about, when I come home, me being famous or not. Like that's not what that's a whole nother story. It's about my internal growth and my spiritual growth, and I really connected with God inside that house. And it sounds weird. It really sounds weird, but that was the only person I could turn to while I was there.
So would you say you're kind of religious in the way?
I've always been religious. I just never really had a strong connection to God as I do now, because when I was in that house, that was literally the only person I could talk to.
And I'm really proud of you for saying that, because me, myself, to be in the whole entertainment industry, my mom's a pastor, and we're from a very religious family. So the whole fact of, people talking about religion in the Bad Girls Club, some people feel shy to talk about that, but I really applaud you for talking about religion, talking about religious.
I used to be shy about religion, because I don't ever want to push my, my religion on anybody else, and I don't ever want to say God judges you for doing anything else. That's why when people are saying like, oh, God doesn't like gay people, God doesn't like, sex before marriage, God doesn't like all this stuff, and it's like, who are you to say that God said that? Because you don't know who wrote that Bible. So some of it is probably true, but some of it is probably some man who doesn't like something and put it in there. So me, I don't focus on that. I focus on me, myself, and God, and our relationship with each other. Like, me and him, we have our own personal understanding.
Okay.
And I appreciate the Bible, but there's some things in there that I do not, agree with. But that's between me and him, not me, him, the pastor, and the whole world.
Okay. Now you're very different, Z. I love it. Okay, so so when did the drama? When would you say the drama started in the house? Would you say that it started the first day, or because the first night it's always like, oh, you're so cute, everybody's so nice to each other,
yeah,
and then
all the fake hugs and love, yeah.
Right. So would you say that it started like maybe like the fourth day, the fifth day, the same day, the second day?
Yeah.
Okay. The second day.
Day number 4, we probably had 2 fights.
2 fights. Okay. So with the whole drama and everything now, there's a small girl this season. Her name is Kaylee, I believe. A lot of fans are talking about what happened. There's been new promos out that Action has released recently, so I think it's safe to talk about. So there's been these footages of the girls. They're taking Kaylee's stuff and they're throwing it outside. And I think that I saw you. I saw you pick up her stuff. Now, how would you feel? Now, so I saw some fans. They were saying, "Oh, Z is a follower. Z is this." How would you address the fans who called you those names?
So this is the funny thing about following, right? Like I said, I went into this house to have fun and to do what I wanted and get away with it. This is the time in my life where I get to go into a house, I get to live in a mansion, I get to do what I want, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and if someone tries to stop me or has an issue with it, we're going to fight, we're going to do what we're going to do. At the end of the day, I literally came into this house to do whatever I wanted to do, and I knew I was going to fight. I didn't come in here saying, I'm not going to get any fights. That wasn't an issue. But it's not like I followed anybody. All I did was have fun. And then when I realized that this fun that I was having was actually really mentally fucking with a girl, I stopped. And I apologized and I owned up for my actions.
Okay.
So if you want to call me a follower, call me a follower. But I don't follow people like at all to the point where they're like, oh, let's go jump off a bridge. Yeah, bitch, I'm going to do it with you. No. I was like, oh, yeah, I want to have some fun. I came here to have fun, and that's what I did. And then another thing people are trying to call me is, a Jeffrey, saying that if they told me to do something, I did it. That wasn't the case at all. Like, if someone said, jump in the pool. Yeah, I'll jump in the pool. I'm going to have fun. And I made sandwiches for all the girls because at the end of the day, I'm a nice-ass person. Like, if I'm going to make a sandwich, are you hungry? Do you want one before I put it away? Because that's the point of you going through the fridge and you doing something. I literally have everything out right here. I'm just a nice-ass person. So if you don't know how to be nice and you don't know how to be sweet, like, that's on you. Don't be sitting here pointing fingers and saying you're this and you're that when it's like, it's not like that at all. I'm just a genuinely nice person.
Okay, so you followed nobody in that house but yourself.
I didn't follow anybody. I was just down for the business and I was down for having fun. So if you want to say that's following, then yeah, sure, I followed people. But literally my thing was I was just down for fun and I was just doing whatever, going along with the flow.
Okay. So would you say that the other girls in the house, now Kaylee, I believe she was the smallest this season. She has like a young amateur look. So some fans are saying, oh, that the other girls, not exactly you or anything, but that the other girls, they picked on Kaylee because she was small, because she wasn't intimidating. Would you agree with them that maybe?
That's why they picked on her, honestly. And I feel like there's a lot more to that situation. But I do feel like, and they even said, like, I just feel like some things were taken, too far.
Okay.
And, they already said that, shit was taken too far, whatever. But I can't speak on that situation because I was literally fighting my own battle while that shit was going on.
Okay.
So I didn't get to see any of it. I didn't, like when all that stuff happens that you guys see in the, the previews and stuff, I didn't get to see that. Like I literally watched it, while you guys are watching. Like I didn't get to see what was happening because I was doing my own thing in the room. So.
Right. Exactly. So I heard that Dream Doll, she's like a cast member this season. Now I heard that Dream Doll she was picking on Kaylee or she was doing this. From what that's what the fans are saying. That's what somebody said that the producers claim to kick Dream Doll off because she was kicking on Kaylee so much. So would you say that you agree with the situation of Dream Doll going home?
I feel like if Dream Doll didn't go home, it wouldn't. I feel like even though Dream Doll did go home, it still didn't stop. It wasn't like, I feel like if you're going to send one of them home, you might as well send them both of them home. Because I feel like they both did the same thing. They both did the same damage. So why is one getting punished when the other one's not? That was my take on it. I was like, well, she's going home. She might as well go home too because they did the same exact thing. It's like you're punishing one girl for doing the same thing the other girl did.
Okay.
Like, that was my take on it. I'm not going to say, like I said, I didn't even, it wasn't even, my issue to begin with.
Right.
But that's like me, peeing on the fire hydrant and the boy peeing on the fire hydrant with me and he gets arrested and I don't. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So now around this time, this is when the drama has started. This was probably around let's just say the second to fourth day. The drama has already started. Now, Ms. Z, would you say that around this time were girls kind of getting jealous of each other, or were they saying, I have more followers than you, or it had nothing to do with that at all?
Well, I feel like nothing was really like, oh, I have more followers than you. It was more of groups were forming.
Okay, groups were forming. Okay, perfect.
It was more of like, oh, we're in this clique and, I'm by myself or, I'm with these girls. It was more like you just see, some people are being by themselves. Some people are being in groups. Okay. And some people, they're doing their...
So around that time, you were drawing closer more to a certain group of girls versus another group.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Dream Doll gets sent home, and Stephanie Tejada replaces Dream Doll. So when Dream Doll gets sent home, are you guys kind of plotting on the new girl who's coming, saying, "Oh, we're gonna make her try and work for it," or was it kind of more chill?
It was more like, let's get this bitch drunk and see what she's about.
Okay, so let's get her drunk. Okay, did anybody hate her laugh?
I don't know. I just think she's so that's my bitch. Okay. I fucks with her. That's my bitch. And that laugh, I miss that laugh right now.
Okay.
I fuck with that laugh.
All right, perfect. So after Stephanie Tejada comes and whatnot, now you said you guys try to get her drunk and whatnot. Now let's fast forward to a few days past that. Would you say that in the house, people were kind of persuading replacements to pick a side with them or trying to show off in front of them?
This season's different with the replacements. Okay. A lot of these replacements came in like they weren't replacements. We were all just one cast.
Okay. So around the time Stephanie Tejada came, let's say the first week, what would you rate your feelings towards her on a scale from 1 to 10?
I fucked with her. She was an 8. Okay. And that was the highest I've had in the house.
Oh wow. I hear that the security lets you guys fight more, gives you guys more time to fight this season.
I feel like some fights security would be right there, and then other fights it's 5 minutes later, here comes security.
Okay. So when you first got in a fight and things like that, what would you say that you kind of started the fight yourself, or would you say you defended yourself?
I definitely started the fight, and this was where I went wrong. I started I didn't start anything. I just went off of what someone told me. And where I'm from, when you hear information like that, you go up to the person and hey, is this what you said? Is this true? Da, 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 da. Because if it is and there's an issue, press it type stuff. And then I really should have sat back and was like, damn, maybe these girls want to see if I'm going to do that and, be extra and shit. So I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? At the end of the day, I did what I did and I owned up to it and I fought my battle.
Okay, perfect. You fought your own battle. That's great. So, Miss Z, now, where do they do the interviews with that background? Do they do those interviews at the house? Sometimes you guys are in the confessional, and you guys are talking about the pine trees in the background?
It's a completely different room.
Okay, so you guys go to a different place to do those interviews?
It's not a different place. It's just
Okay, perfect. So, Miss Z, we're gonna play a game. It's gonna be called True or False. Are you ready?
Shit.
Okay, true or false? BGC16 was a lit season.
Lit? True.
True or false? None of the girls in the house were followers.
True.
Oh, okay. True or false?
We all went to our own drum. Just because you go with the flow with somebody doesn't mean you're following. It just means you're trying to have fun and you're going with the clique. Like,
okay.
It doesn't mean you're a follower. To me, a follower is like literally when you have to give someone a play-by-play. Like, oh, I'm gonna run to the store. Like, do you want anything, master? Or oh, you're going to the bathroom. Can I go with you? Or do you need me to wipe your ass? Oh, hey, do you want me to brush your teeth for you? Like, there's a difference when, hey, you guys, let's go turn up right now. And if that bitch starts something, who's down to fuck with her? Yeah, let's do it. Like, there's a difference. You can't sit there and say someone's a follower just because they're down for the fucking cause and they're down to have fun.
Okay, perfect. True or false? You're looking forward to this season being aired.
True.
Okay. True or false? None of the girls started bleeding during fights.
False.
False. Okay. True or false? The reunion was lit.
True.
True. Okay. Now, Ms. Z, going forward with this whole thing and everything, you were the only replacement this season to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Now, some fans would say that usually the originals who make it to the end, usually they're the weakest. Would you mark that statement as valid or invalid?
I don't understand how you're weak when you made it to the end when that was the mission in the first place.
Okay. So you would definitely say that you played your cards right, and that's the reason that you made it to the end.
I played my cards. They may have not been right, but I fought my battles for the consequences of playing the wrong hand, but I still made it to the end.
Okay, true or false? You would say that you actually gained some real-life girlfriends, some real-life close friends from this experience.
True, and I never even thought that. Like, I didn't consider anybody a friend, and you can take this any way you guys want. You guys can feel offended, but nobody was my friend until after I connected and contacted them outside of the house.
Okay.
I'm not going to say we're friends, and then we go home and I don't talk to you. Like, what's that? So when I started having a real relationship with girls outside of the house, and I talk to them on a daily basis, or they hit me up, or I FaceTime them, yeah, I consider you my friend.
Okay, would you mind saying the top 2 or 3 girls you've gained friends from this BGC16 experience?
Stephanie is definitely my ace boom boom. Like, that's my rider. You know, like, Candy and I, we went through some shit in that house together that I feel like, you know, me and her, you know, have this, like, understanding, and I fucks with her for that.
Okay. True or false? None of the girls this season were bougie.
False.
False. True or false? This season, none of the girls were jumped.
Jumped?
Yeah, jumped. Like, nobody jumped with the girls.
No, I didn't see one, so.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, going back to those videos on the wall, you did say that they have fights in the BGC16 house this season. Now, when did the producers play this fight? When did they play the fights and the hand swinging?
The fights were going, like, on the walls. That was all day, every day. That shouldn't even stop.
Damn, are you serious?
You know, they're morning to sun, like, from dusk till dawn, that shit will be up there playing. And we would all sit there and be like, oh, I think this one's going to come up on this screen next. And I think this fight's going to come up on this screen next. Because there would be patterns. And you'd, like, one fight will play up here, and then a different fight will play up here, and then it would rotate, and then rotate, and then rotate. Like, so every screen was always playing a fight. Okay,
perfect. Now, we're going to talk about all of the, since you were there, you were the only original to stay to the end, we're going to talk about maybe some of the replacements and maybe how you feel about them. So, after Stephanie Tejada, next was Candace. We already know you said you were close to her. After Candace was Cabrina. On a scale from 1 to...
I love Cabrina. I love Cabrina.
Okay, perfect.
I love how feisty she is, but the thing I love about her the most is she's young, and she just has this drive, like, she just, like, wants to take life by the horns, and she wants to conquer a lot of things, and I respect that. Like, she's a woman about, you know, her business, but she also she holds herself really good. Like, she's a cool girl.
Okay, perfect. After came Tiara and Nicole, how did you feel about Tiara and Nicole? Would you say that you guys were okay?
I love Tiara. Like, Tiara and I share the same birthday.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Yeah. Tiara taught me a lot about myself in that house. She's, like, she really taught me, you know, spiritually a lot.
Okay.
And that's another big reason why I made my connection with God closer. And she, like, because before she even came, I would go onto the computer and I look up Bible verses because I wasn't allowed to have a Bible. So I'd go look them up and I'd write them down in my journal. So my whole journal is filled with one verse from every day I was there.
Okay.
And I would read it and I would study it. And I also had 3 of my favorite prayers written down in the book. And I just felt like some girls would probably judge me on it just because it's like, who are you in this house, like trying to be all like godly and stuff. Right. But then I realized there's a lot of girls that I was in that house who had a high faith in God. And I was like, okay, like I respect that. Like I like that. Like I really do like the fact that, you know, everybody has some higher power type thing. Okay. But she would, you know, meditate in the morning and, you know, it rubbed off on me. So.
Okay, perfect. And there was no life coach this season, correct? So you would. Okay, so you would say that meditation and you reading your scriptures every day, that actually helped you in place of a life coach.
Yeah, that helps me, and I also feel like Stephanie was a life coach this season for sure.
Okay, perfect. So Miss Z, now you being the last original of the house this season, how did your last day feel like that? You were the only original. Did you cry? Was it emotional?
My last day was like when I found out I was going home. I was like, I didn't want to seem so happy because I didn't want them to think I wasn't grateful for, you know, this opportunity. But I mean, I live with my man, and my man and I live together for like almost 3 years now, and this is the longest I've been away from him. And my dogs.
Right, cash and more money.
I like cry for my dogs. Like I have a connection with them. Like they're like my kids. So when I found out I was going home, I literally got ready to go home.
Exactly.
And when I got into the car to leave, I was like, damn, I'm really leaving. Like I'm really going home.
Wow, that is so awesome. So on your last day, it was very emotional for you. You would agree.
Oh my God. Like I wanted to cry because I was so happy, and like it just didn't hit me. Like when I got off that plane and I like was really in my city, I was like, damn, I felt like I got out of jail.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Now, did you guys get your phones back? Did you guys get your phones back right away, or did?
No, we got our phones back literally like right before we would go to the airport. So I like literally had like over 400 messages and calls and all this stuff. Like,
I bet. So how would you describe this season in one word?
Outrageous.
Outrageous. Oh my gosh. And you know what, Z? We didn't get to ask you what was your favorite BGC season?
I like the season with Rocky.
With Rocky, season 10?
But I don't think that's my favorite season.
Okay.
This is gonna be my favorite season because it's my season.
Right. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now we're gonna play one last game. It's called Would You Rather. You down?
I'm down.
All right. Hillary Clinton.
I'll be a follower because I'm down, but shit, I'm down.
Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
Hillary.
VH1 or MTV?
Ooh, VH1.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Drake or Meek Mill?
Drake.
Drake or Chris Brown?
Chris.
Natalie or Rocky?
Rocky.
Rocky or Red?
Rocky.
Jaylamina or... Let's see, let me give you going. Jaylamina or Sarah from BGC11?
I fuck with Sarah. She had it hella tough, and she was like that white girl who would try. Like, I fuck with her.
Okay, the Claremont twins or the Victor twins?
Victor.
Victor twins. I forgot to cover one thing really quick. It's only going to take... The reunion tea. Oh my gosh. The reunion tea. Now, that tea's going to be lit. Okay, now I'm hearing that Erica Mena was a co-host alongside Tanisha during this season of the reunion. Is that true?
You're going to have to watch.
We're going to have to watch. Okay. We're going to have to watch. Okay, perfect. So one last thing. Going to the BGC16 reunion, did you hire a personal stylist to make you look bomb, or did you dress how did that work?
I actually had Angel do my makeup, but my outfit, I had an amazing stylist do my outfit, but unfortunately I did lose a lot of weight and stuff. So it didn't fit. But a simple black dress will do in any occasion.
Okay, Z, now it's really been my pleasure to interview you. We've learned so much about you. You're definitely a beauty. I definitely see you as a girl who has a genuine heart. A girl who is not afraid to say how she really feels. And we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys tune in for Bad Girls Club Season 16, September 20th. And don't forget, you fuck with Z.
And you heard it. Is there any last thing you want to tell your followers, your fans, your diehard fans?
I appreciate all my followers, and I appreciate all the love and the fact that you guys are sitting here sending me your own personal stories of, whether it's being bullied or body shamed or anything. Like, my inbox is always open. I may not always reply, but I do read them, and they do make me feel some type of way. So keep all the sweet words and the letters coming. To my trolls, you can kiss this big ass. I don't care. They want to say bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Momo, come here.
Go, Momo.
Mo, come here.
I'm going to get both of your dogs. That's going to be so awesome.
No, come here, Momo. Come on, say bye.
Does your friend...
Eyebrow?
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my interview with Z. Alongside her dogs, Cash and Mo Money. It's been our pleasure to interview them. Look at her dogs. They're so awesome. One girl and one boy. Aren't they lovely?
One big happy family.
Exactly. Once again, one more time, thank you guys so much, and it's been my pleasure. Peace and God bless.